All right, like the good Herb Brooks says, if you're on time, you're late.
Yeah.
So we just couldn't wait. We got on here and the show was so fired up today. We couldn't wait till 11 o'clock. We just had to go right away. Bart, how you doing today, Crash buddy?
I'm doing
Crash?
well.
Do you think his nickname was Crash?
You know what? I don't know. He didn't need a nickname with that name.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
So Bart Crashley, I can't remember. He played for the Red Wings.
Red Wings, yeah. That was a perfect name for hockey. Yeah.
All right, let's get into it right away. All right, this is the great Mark Puttenvink, in case you don't know.
Great, but it's me.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Not really, Bart.
Patriot Training Systems is his company, trains everybody throughout all 17 universes.
Yeah. Working on 18.
Right. And we think that Joe Biden is on all. Somebody did a video I saw where it looked like an older video. They say, and so he's going to be, he's going to address a bunch of states. The state of, it was funny, like state of incoherence and state of confusion. Yeah. Mimsy, you magical creature, how are you doing? Okay, name game. So Larry Playfair, we discussed, right? That's a good one.
And who was his D partner?
Lindy Ruff.
Ruff and Playfair.
It's funny, right? Because we're just so used to saying those names but if somebody was to step in and say, really, those are high, and the way they played too.
There's been, I think hockey more than any other sport has had some of the best names.
Yeah, Garth Butcher.
Garth Butcher, there's another beauty. Yeah. And Jerry King Korab.
I have a little complaint. I was all fired up thinking I was going to finally get to meet Barry Shelley in person up in Vestal, New York.
He didn't make it.
Did not show up.
Yeah.
Susan Brooks, I met you in person.
Awesome.
All right, we're gonna jump around a bit. The big kid from the Rangers that got in scraps. What's his name? Reddick?
Empty. So the stat's gonna say kid. You can't fight every night. Number one.
I know.
You gotta pick your spots. And number two, he needs a little coaching. I mean, so he grabbed Olivier here.
Right.
His arm is still free. You gotta grab.
Yeah, you gotta grab the elbow. Yeah.
I mean, just little things, but he'll learn. And tuck his chin.
Do you think was he a big fighter in junior and everything? Or?
You know what? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll tell you that Philly game. I love what the coach did too. Laverlat. So he goes out. The guy challenges him in the warm up and whole bit. He gets in the fight, and then the coach puts him in front of the net in the power play too. I thought that was cool.
You know what? He's very effective.
Yeah.
I mean that as Mess was saying that group that you need those guys to contribute offensively every once in a while. And in the past 2 games they have. Yeah.
That was cool. Yeah. I like the attitude that he brings to the team too. That's one thing. I love that team talent wise and everything. Just get a little nastier, right?
No, it's what they've missed. It's definitely what they've been the piece of the puzzle that's been missing.
Yeah.
And but he's just got to slow down a bit. He can't fight every day.
Yeah.
We've known guys that did that. You just can't last.
Yeah, and again, at the league, I think he's run into some teams. A lot of teams don't have a tough guy anymore, so he's just run into some teams that do. Yeah. Well, look at this name here. There's a name for you, Pito Martinez. How you doing, Pito? What's happening, brother?
¿Cómo está, mi amigo?
Yeah. So I think I told you I changed gyms to go to Crunch Fitness in Port Chester, New York. Port Chester is a large Hispanic population, so it's a lot of Hispanic guys. They're a hard-working group. It's a whole different thing. I used to belong to was Lifetime Fitness over in Harrison, New York. Now that's different. That was all like the business guys going in there and working out. These guys are a lot of guys. They talk to them. They're all working construction and everything. So they're working hard. There's no tripods in there taking videos.
No. It's not a studio. So how about this for a name? University of Arkansas had a kid who was a running back. His name was J.C. Penney. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's nice.
Did you play? I forget. Did you play with Joe Corton?
No, I did not. Yeah, he was before me. Yeah. I heard so many stories about him that he was just
great. All true.
Jerry Korab started with Blackhawks early 70s. Used to my grandfather's bar. Dated girl in our neighborhood. Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
Used to. Nice.
Yeah.
Jerry Korab.
Stayed in Buffalo for years.
Yeah, he was in L.A. He was at a game. He'd been retired, but he came into the locker room after the first period, or whatever. And I blocked a bunch of shots. I think more because I turned the puck over so many times, I had to block the shots. And he was loving it. He comes up like we really didn't know each other. He goes, "Man, you're blocking things with your mind." It's funny.
Yeah, but that you know what? It's something that's incredibly valuable.
Yeah, it is. And you have to do it right too, because if you don't get it done properly, then you're screening your goaltender. So
yeah, or you get killed.
Yeah. Oh man, there's a couple of times like you got to be close enough to the guy. He starts shooting too far away. A couple of times
he goes through the flamingo.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, you can't do that. I couldn't do that. If I did that, Al McInnes. The worst were Al McInnes and Doug Wilson. Both guys could shoot a puck,
Yeah.
and they didn't want to hurt their teammates, so they both were pretty sure they weren't going to hit you in the head. But then they're shooting like ankle high. Oh man, it gets you right in that spot where there's no shin pad and everything. Oh my
They
god,
can pound it. Those guys can pound it.
yeah. He used to
And
come
those
in,
wooden sticks too.
yeah. Oh
Can you
man, they were
imagine now
scary.
what McKinnis would do to a puck?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah. I can't remember if it was him or whoever hit me in the shin pads.
Mhm.
It didn't break the shin pad, but pushed this plastic back far enough to split the skin of my shin, and I had to get stitches after the game.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah,
Remember
so-
Al Iafredi won the hardest shot in the year.
Yeah.
I think like 108 or 109.
Yeah. Al Frady, good guy. He was losing his hair. There's this famous hit where I hit him. It really wasn't that big of a hit. He was going down the boards. He was right in front of the bench. So I just lifted him up the hip, and he started riding right. That's like on the guardrail.
Yeah.
And then he hit the post at the end. His helmet fell off. He wasn't hurt. He was more panicking trying to get his helmet back on because he was going bald. It was funny.
Yeah, that's an iconic kind of.
Yeah.
That's all over. Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. Funny stuff. William Haynes, how are you doing there, brother? Good to see you.
So William, does he?
Oh, Molly.
Good morning, Molly.
Hold on. Met Molly in person up at Vestal, New York this
okay.
past weekend. She didn't hang out very long. I guess she didn't like me. Maybe I didn't shower or something like that.
Well, could be. Yeah.
Yeah, she
He's
left.
only human.
I know, right? I was kind of offended, seriously. Yeah. But she's very sweet. That's the first time we met in person. So, all right. So just to go over, this weekend was fantastic. So so American Special Hockey Association. It's all kids on the, not just necessarily kids. It's some adults as well on the spectrum of autism. And it's just, I know you've been around, but they're the most fantastic people to be around because they're just loving life. It's just incredible. They just are like, yeah, it's fantastic.
Well, they had a special needs tournament 2 years ago, something like that, in Wayne.
Oh.
And the Warriors came by, and we played their all-star team.
Oh.
And so we lined up for a team picture, and one of the guys, and they were, mixed ages, but this guy was probably in his 30s. He came over, and he came up to Jimmy Jam, our goaltender, and said, "I'm the Undertaker. I'm here to arrange your funeral." That's what he said. And then he scored a goal. It wasn't really. It was a game, but it wasn't a game. His celly was tremendous. And sometimes they latch on to something. He was really fascinated with Jersey Shore, the TV show. Oh. And he was all asking because we're from Jersey, if we knew Snooki, if we knew, it was fun.
There's one little girl, Annie, so cute. She went on. She could care less about the game. She was skating around having fun. And at the end, we went on the ice, got a picture taken with the kids, their team. And then they were playing the YMCA song, YMCA.
Yeah.
So she wanted to dance out there with me on the ice. Yeah, you could turn out. Yeah, she was good. And the coaches were all laughing too because they said that's the way she is. She's just a charmer. She's everybody. That was a fun time. And I should thank the Pierce family up there too. Larry Pierce was a college player at Cornell. His wife is awful. I can't remember her first name. So this rink they built, I posted the pictures. Oh my God.
It's tremendous.
Outdoor rink. They built this big housing with bathrooms and a whole bit with changes. They've got
Ted was up there with the Warriors last week?
Yeah. A couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it looked tremendous.
They have 4 kids. The youngest one, little Joey, I think his name is, he's 15, 16 years old now. He's bought his own tractor at 15 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. He's just, the dad, the husband and wife are fantastic, but they're so different. Like she's more, like she calls herself the speed bump. I think he called her the speed bump. He just goes. He just, like, I was there last year and the guy pulled in with a bus. They came from Cambridge, Ontario, and then the big bus. So he was like a little kid running over the bus. He said, I'm getting a bus. So he bought a bus. That's just the way he lives his life. Yeah. He wants to do a retractable roof on the rink now, where it's the one side of the rink, there's a kind of you go down a hill. So he wants to have it retractable where they put solar panels on it. And then when it retracts, it goes down below the hill. So you really don't even see the roof any longer.
Oh, wow.
And then come back up. And they'll have it done. But it won't be next year, but he'll have it done for sure. So. Let me see here. What do you think of a coach who blames the press, like the Devils coach did say? Said press is putting pressure on him. That's a little bit of a surprise that he would do that. I don't. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Is he doing it with a purpose to take the pressure off the team? Mm-hmm. But probably. Don't you open up? You kind of open the floodgates, though. Yeah. It could be true. Yeah. Because now the press is now going to ask some questions about those things, and now they're not going to stop. It's
I can't even imagine, because today now with social media, there's a lot of
Oh, I know. Yeah, you need to be a psychiatrist to handle all that stuff. Tom, I was in high school in 81, 82 and get W1 cable in Chicago, and I watched you kick great ass. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was a good scrap. I remember it was Philly. We're at center ice. They were all jumping on Carol Vadney. I think Kenny Lindsman was going at it. So big scrum. And then he kept yapping at me. Adams like, hey, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And no, it was a pretty good scrap. Yeah, it was good. Felt good. People ask me, like, what?
I hope when you got there, you said, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. But doesn't that kind of make you, that's one of the most demeaning lines that a player can say to another guy. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like, yeah. It's a pretty good line, actually, intimidation line. Yeah. Messier said that to me one time. What are you going to do? You know, and he's good. Like, he's a good intimidator, too. Like, he's got that look to him and everything.
It's Mess. It's different when Mess says it or Kenny Lindsman says it.
Yeah, big difference. Yes, very true. Yeah. Like I told you, we played an alumni game against the Bruins. It was back-to-back. Played up in Boston the first night, Saturday night, and then came back down to Sunday. Played at Madison Square Garden. And Lindsman fell in the boards, got hurt his knee or something, had to go off. And everybody on both teams was like, no, couldn't happen to a better guy.
Yeah. Even his
but you know what? It was they even said they really liked him, but that's just his reputation.
Yeah.
That
they called him a rat. I think he even had a tattoo of a rat.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. He's actually a good guy too. Yeah.
I remember when they brought up Bobby Sheehan in the playoffs, 79, I think.
Right.
Because Linsville could skate. And they needed a little speed there, and they brought up Bobby Sheehan, She-Cat.
She-Cat. I never got to meet him.
Yeah,
I heard a lot of good stuff about him. I never get to meet him. What do you think of young Rempe's reputation? So reputation, is that what we're taking? Reputation?
Well, that's pretty clever. I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Good. Yeah.
I love it. I mean, I like to think, like, I hope they've got the locker room there that they follow. Okay, this kid's going to do it. We need to follow suit. We don't necessarily all have to be fighting, but we need to pick up our. Well, you know what? They won 10 in a row, so what are you complaining about? I guess, right?
Yeah, it does make. I think a guy like him makes the team play stiffer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun too. Like, bring the energy. It's kind of like they draw him into the fight too, right? Like he's not letting them go quietly
so
into the night.
Happy, just
yeah. Like, remember the one in Philly after the game, he goes, "Yeah, we were throwing bombs." He's the reporter after, we were throwing bombs. That was cool. Ben Wilson, probably. Do you think Ben Wilson could be up there? Oh, he's up there as one of the most hated players that ever played in the NHL. Right?
Yeah, but he was tough.
Oh yeah, and you know what? He's a good player too. I watched old
videos. That's the part that picked me off. He was a good player on top.
Yeah. Power play, penalty. He didn't have to do the stuff he was doing. Yeah. But
even we had like that off ice, right? Wasn't he a little bit?
Yep. We had Ronnie Flockhart on one of our, and he played with. He roomed with him actually. He had to go to management and say, "Can you change my room? I can't room with the guy." I guess Ben Wilson would do stuff to him in practice and preseason and everything, and he'd come back to the locker room after, or the room after. I'm sorry I did that. Like, he would just lose his mind.
Yeah. Kind of like it.
Yeah. Like he was on your team, right? Yeah. I saw Bobby Sheen play for the New York Raiders, who played at MSG. Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. WHA, yeah.
Well, I didn't know
Harry
that.
Howell was on that team, too.
I didn't even know that they did that. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. You know, it's funny because this thing up in Vestal, New York, I've been to like 4 years in a row now, so I see a lot of the same people. So it's good to be, you know, what a great people. Most of the coaches don't have kids on the team or anything like that. They're just volunteer their time to coach.
Yeah,
and they're traveling all over the place, and, you know, just great people. So
great people.
Cambridge, Ontario. A lot of the area where I grew up, they come down from Ontario. So cool stuff.
Where are you? From Brampton, right?
Brampton, yes, that's right. Some people get confused with Brantford, which is Wayne Gretzky's hometown. Brampton, Ontario.
Brampton Battalion, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's famous for their lacrosse team too. Brampton. I can't remember what it was. We used to skip school on Thursday afternoon, go to the Sword and Shield. It's either the Shield and Sword or the Sword and Shield strip joint in downtown Brampton. I don't know what it was on Thursday afternoon. Once we got old enough, we'd drive the car. And my father was, so we'd go down there and drink the draft beers, skip school, drink draft beer and pickled eggs, the hard-boiled eggs that have vinegar. So imagine that, we're just farting on the way home, right? And we get back to school. For some reason we had to go back to school and like be there for the final like bell, say like check out of school. So now we've been sitting around draft beer all afternoon, eating eggs. We're farting and giggling, and it's cool.
So this is your senior year of high school.
Yes, it was. Yeah. And my father was a firefighter, so he was a chief at the time. His job was to drive around and inspect buildings and everything. So he had his own, and so we were trying to take back roads to get back to school. So we're not on the main drag, and we were just pulling out. We couldn't get on the back roads anymore. Had to get on the main drag, and my father drives by, passes in front. Now, like going home, I'm thinking, did he see me or not? So do I say something? Do I wait for him? So now that 2 hour window, I'm sitting there like sweating, like did he? He didn't see me, so oh god.
You could have told it was a field trip.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, so I'll never forget because they had these guys, the bartenders, they'd walk around with one of those trays and they have like 30 draft beers in the glass, and they're holding them with one hand and walking around. It's the coolest thing for some reason. And strippers. Oh God, my poor parents.
Well, what they don't know saved them.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. You ever strip? Did you ever go to strip joints? Did you into that kind of stuff?
Well, I would lie if I said I didn't, but I
Right.
just, to me,
Waste of time. Yeah.
it's just not my thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was fun when a whole bunch of guys went together. You're laughing and joking around.
Well,
Yeah.
that's Camille Paglia, who's an academic. She teaches, I think, at George Washington or American University, but she's like she was saying how it's really the women in power because men won't go in alone. They got to go in with a group of guys, and they're controlling the conversation. They're taking your money, and you know
That's true.
But you
That's
still
true.
hold on to that.
You got to think of the confidence that they would have to have in all seriousness with women to get up there, no clothes on, bunch of men, and you're right. I never looked that way. They're in control. They're taking money.
When you look at it from that lens, yeah, they're in power. You know, they come over. How you doing? I'm good. Like, you know.
Yeah. Imagine what it's like the first time they do it, right? I guess it depends on the situation.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a weird dynamic for sure.
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny. So you have the little dive bars that are just nasty, and then they get some real fancy ones.
Right. And at the end of the day, you still go home alone, no matter what.
Yeah. Well, not always.
Yeah, no, most of the time.
Oh, goodness. So how was your weekend this weekend?
Good. Saturday. So Beth is away. She's
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
college friends. They're out in California. So
Right.
Saturday kind of just did some working out and stuff. And then yesterday's the day I train all my young guns. So
Right.
I had Trey in the morning, who's he's about 200 pounds, 6 foot now, 5'11", 6 foot. He's in the 8th grade, southpaw. And like yesterday, you know, like been training him for probably a year. Yesterday, all of a sudden, it just came together. He was moving the way I want him to. He was really, really athletic. Really got it made my day. I mean,
And how old is he again?
He's going to be 15 next month.
That's pretty cool. At 15,
And,
that's good. I like that.
Yeah. And he just really clicked yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Everything we've been working on and the concepts, and it just clicked. And then Marshall, who's I think Marshall's 9, and I've been training him since he's 6. I've only met him total of 2 hours. Because he lives
That's
in
right. He's
Las
out. Let's go. Yeah, yeah.
We do FaceTime. I tell you what, just for FaceTime training, if you go and take a look at him, because I put it up yesterday, he's doing really well too. And
Very
you know,
cool.
it's fun. Yeah.
Cherry cheesecake was his favorite stripper, Danny Erickson.
Church cheesecake.
Oh man, isn't this something like there's Chantel over on the West Stage.
Yeah.
Are there multiple stages some of those places?
Yeah. We were up in Wisconsin with the Warriors a couple of years ago, and the guys went. So like they go on the snowmobiles there, right? And we had, I think Ernie was designated driver, so Ernie drove, and you know they don't plow the roads there,
right?
So you're just driving on snow, and we get there, and I'm looking around and go, should we have brought like shotguns for hunting or what?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. It's pretty desolate up here. Anyway.
Oh God. But you know what? You got to admire them though too. I'm assuming most of them are doing it for money. I know the ones.
Yeah, I mean, I don't look. Listen, there's no judgment. I mean,
yeah.
No one forces you to go in there, and you know, so it's all by choice.
They should make all that stuff like it should all be legal. Like it's like just.
Well, I mean, it is legal to that extent, but.
Yeah, regulate it so you know disease and all that kind of stuff. Make sure the girls are taken care of.
Yeah, I think they do. Well, the state must. I don't know about across the country, but I know, like in New Jersey, I think it's ABC, Alcohol Beverage Commission, that regulates all that kind of stuff. Yeah, because if you're, I think the rule is it changes depending on how much they're wearing or not wearing, to if you can even serve.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. I think I'm going to win the lottery tomorrow night. Win the Mega Millions tomorrow night.
You're going to win?
Yeah, I think I've decided that. Yeah.
What's your first purchase?
I won't buy anything. I don't. Yeah, seriously. I want to rent everything.
Down, right?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, no, I don't want. Yeah, seriously. I've learned my lesson, like to buy big houses and all that kind of stuff. I would rather
Yeah.
like go light, like have one place, have my condo here, maybe clean it up a little bit,
Yeah.
and then just go do things. There's a lot of good
Yeah,
causes.
travel.
Yeah.
Adventure.
Yeah.
And that's the way
exactly.
I kind of look at like big houses, like the cars now. They're so like your sensors are always going off. The tires.
Oh, I know. Oh,
And
God.
like the old, you had an engine,
Yeah.
a drivetrain, and you drove.
Totally.
Right?
I get in
It's
my
the same
son's
thing with-
car. Yeah, like if they think something's coming up beside you, it's beeping. If you're backing
Oh
up,
yeah,
you're going
always
forward.
yelling at you. And it's the same thing with the house. The bigger the house,
Oh, yeah.
the bigger the problems. I mean, it's something's. Oh, you're gonna have a guy at the house every day fixing something.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I'd rather just rent my condo.
Yeah.
Be able to, like, if I want to go someplace, close the door, lock it. Like someplace to keep my clothes and sleep.
I'm just gonna build a lean-to. I've been
There you go.
scouting out spots. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's our brother here, the veteran, Mr. Keith Morano.
You're a good man,
Yes.
Keith.
What was he? Is Keith in the Army or what
Navy.
branch was he? Navy.
He was Navy,
Okay.
and then he was law enforcement.
Oh, very good. Oh, two good professions there.
good
job.
man.
Thank you.
Really good man.
Helping the community. Good job. Well, how good of a hockey player is he?
He's actually very good. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he played high school and some travel and stuff like that. Yeah, Keith can skate.
So Danny knows a lot about the strippers show now. Like he knows what they're doing it for, like for college and everything.
For college. Yeah, well. I mean, some do, I would imagine.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I was talking, I felt like an old.
I mean, when you really
pervert.
think about it, I mean, they're dancing, but how much do they differ if you go to I don't even know if they're around anymore, but the Playboy Club. It's
Yeah.
kind of the same thing.
Yeah, you know what? Nobody's forcing them to do it. Nobody's forcing people to go in those places.
Right.
Yeah, do what you want to do. Yeah. Again, I admire them too. They have the courage to get up and do that. I was asked.
Yeah.
I was asked to perform at a bachelorette party back in college.
Mhm.
Of course, I did that, but we were highly intoxicated. My good friend John Kyle and I. Yeah,
Walt's brother.
remember. I don't think we went fully nude though. I think I had my Northern Michigan underwear on. It was green and gold.
I got paid once to keep my clothes on, more than once.
I was actually dating a girl at the time. So the one girl that put it together, we were out the next night, and I was out with my girlfriend. And luckily, she was not the sharpest knife in the drawer. And the other girl came up to me and said, "Well, thank you for last night." And I'm like, shut up.
Should have said you helped him with her math.
Oh, yeah, man, that'd be good. I didn't own a book at the time or a pen.
Did you make it through college without a pen?
Oh, I may have had one, but didn't use it. I don't. They must have cheated so much for
It
me.
was still brand new.
Oh God, yeah. We'd take like psychology classes and stuff like that, and I wouldn't go. I'd show up to this. I'd be just writing down. I didn't even read the question. She was just writing down. I don't even think I realized that they were cheating for me. I was just stupid. I just went ahead and okay.
Well, a good friend of mine, Jeff, played at UTEP, played football there, and he literally took a course called Theory of Wide Receiving, and it helps you keep your GPA up. Yeah.
Well, I told you I took beginning skating. I was a senior.
Yeah.
So I'm the captain of the team, ranked number 1 in the country, and I'm taking beginning skating. Our coach was teaching the class too. And once he saw he saw my name on the list. He came to practice. He says, "Don't show up, because I know you won't show up all the time, and it's all about attendance. So don't show up. I just won't read your name."
It was awesome.
So thanks for giving me a vision. Me standing there in Northern Michigan underwear.
The underwear, right? So I got you. Yeah, the Northern Michigan
Oh,
underwear. I didn't even
God.
know they made them.
I know.
Yeah, could have kept them. They're like probably worth something now.
I know. You know what I lost my letter jacket. I wish I had kept that.
Yeah, that'd be cool
That was
to
so
have,
cool,
right?
man. Walking around
Maybe you
campus.
can get somebody to make one, like a retro kind of thing.
Oh, you're right.
You know?
Well, what did they must sell them at Northern Michigan? Right? Oh
Yeah.
man, that's cool. Oh, man, I had some character in it. Some of the memories in that jacket. Oh,
I was one of them. When Beth and I, before COVID, we would go to Notre Dame once, sometimes twice a year for a football game because she went there.
Right.
And one of the biggest, going to they call it the library, but anyhow, it's where they have all the stuff. And there's so much Notre Dame hats, shirts, blah 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 blah. You know,
Right.
you could spend days in there just looking at stuff.
but our buddy Mr. Haynes, he's a veteran too. I keep forgetting about that. Mark, is Fort Dix in Jersey still open?
You know what? William, I believe they were going to shut it down, but I think maybe they reopened it. I'm not entirely sure on that.
Right.
Any of my veteran friends out there know. Keith, if you know, pop on. But yeah, that's where during Vietnam, back when we were, at that age, that's where everybody reported to for basic training here on the East Coast. Was Fort Dix.
And where's like the Navy? The Marines is in Paris Island, right?
Paris Island, yeah.
Right on the East Coast. Man, I remember I took my youngest son. He was thinking about going to the military, so he's like 15, and I took him there. And man, that was just bare bones, right? Brick buildings. And I have told the story too, but I called down there, what called the visitor center. And they said, oh, yeah, come on down for a visit. So I think I'm going to Disney World or something, right? So I pull up in a little rental car, feeling like I got the big truck, my son's beside me, and the guy, the sentry at the front gate, he's all buttoned down with the uniform a little bit. You could tell this was his job. He's like 20 years old, 21 years old, whatever it was. They say, hey, how you doing there? He's like, what do you want? And he put me in my place. He rattled me. And he said, where are you going? I said, I went in panic mode. I said, we're going to go to the barracks. So I guess that was probably the worst thing I could have said. And he said, no, you're not. Quit playing guessing games with me. And so I pulled myself together. I said, okay, we're going to the visitor center. And my son's dying laughing at me because, now he can see this big, tough old man. He's getting rattled here with this kid. Man, that was a good experience. So really opened my eyes. And that was a great trip. My son ultimately didn't want to go in the military, but even so we visited, went around and, saw them, you probably know what it's called when they cross the streets. One guy step out in the street to guard them. Then the rest of them cross the street. We lost Mark Putnam here. There he is. He's back. But then we went to the airport flying out, and we had a little layover. And you hear me? Can't hear you. I can't hear you. No, I can't hear you. All right. Well, Mark's fixing that. So we went to the airport for a little layover. And all these people are all young people. You tell they just got out of training, probably too, and their uniforms are going back and forth. So we're having a little technical difficulty. We're going to shut this down. This is almost 30 minutes anyway, so we'll shut down again. Everybody take care of themselves. The shoulder check movement 988 hotline. Everybody take care of themselves. And again, fantastic weekend up in Vestal, New York today with the American Special Hockey Association this past weekend. Excuse me. So, all right, everybody have a fantastic day. We'll see you next week. Like when I get a call coming in, insurance.